Hey, this is Neil's on Dynasty. Buy some silver, some platinum, and some crystallized osmium. You will love the effects you have within 12 months to 18 months if you own any of it. And be kind, helpful, grateful because it's better than being a jerk. Uh, I'm. This reports, for those people that watch my reports, you know that China ain't nothing. Everyone says, "Oh, China's moving into Africa. China's moving into my backyard. China's moving to the moon. China's taking over this. China's taking over that. China's doing nothing. They're doing nothing but bankrupting countries. Every country they touch, it will go bankrupt. How do I know this? Because they're not opening embassies. You open embassies in countries if you want to open diplomatic relations with them. If you go into a country and you don't open up an embassy in that country, you're raping them of all their goods and services. Look at the history of China over the past 10 years. Trust me, that's a fact. What you need to worry about is you need to worry about Chernobyl. Would you rather have America building countries' nuclear power plants or Russia? Well, you lost the bet. Russia's building them, China's not. Russia. Russia fires back with 3 new African embassies in response to Ukraine's African outreach. New African channel about an hour ago. Okay, here we go. Let's hear let's hear about embassies and diplomatic relations. That's how you take countries over. You don't go in there and rape them of their resources. That's how they hate you and kick you out, which is exactly what China has happened. They're getting kicked out of Africa. They're kicking Africans out of China. I've done videos on it. Go back through my 900 and some odd videos. You'll find them. They're there. It's factual. Here's some more factual stuff. Russia is pulling in where America's getting pushed out. The economic geopolitical shift of economics. Geopolitical, not charts.
Following a report from Russian news agency Sputnik, Alexei Klimov, head of the consular department of the Russian Foreign Ministry, announced Russia's intention to potentially establish diplomatic missions in 3 African nations. These countries are South Sudan, Niger, and Sierra Leone. Activities aimed at increasing the representation of Russian diplomacy and expanding the consular presence in friendly countries are being carried out on an ongoing basis. The possibility of opening diplomatic missions in South Sudan, Niger, and Sierra Leone in the perspective has been analyzed, the diplomat said. This move comes amidst Russia's recent efforts to strengthen its influence on the African continent, marked by various programs and initiatives. The opening of embassies would further solidify Russia's presence and engagement with these specific countries. He mentioned that they've already set sail on similar venture to establish embassies in Burkina Faso and Equatorial Guinea, with agreements reached with the respective authorities. The report also indicates that several other non-African nations share a similar trajectory, including Armenia, Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Indonesia, and the Maldives. Last year, Russia resolved to resurrect its embassy in Burkina Faso after an absence of 32 years, a development confirmed by both government of Burkina Faso and the Russian emissary. Following the conclusion of the Cold War, Russia's waning interest in the nation led to the closure of its embassy in 1992. In November of last year, the latest gathering of military leaders from Burkina Faso and Russia convened in Moscow, where Burkina Faso's defense minister, Colonel Kassoum Koulibaly, met with his Russian counterpart, Sergei Shoigu. This growing collaboration between Burkina Faso and Russia has drawn disapproval from Western powers as Russia expands its presence across Africa. Notably, Moscow recently unveiled the House of Africa, a hub for diplomatic, business, and cultural interactions aimed at nurturing Russian-African ties. The facility is designed to host Russian roundtable discussions, forums, and major gatherings with African delegations. Its director also revealed that Russian enterprises eyeing opportunities in Africa would find vital resources at the center. Interestingly, despite the ongoing conflict in Ukraine, African nations continue to show interest in strengthening ties with Russia, demonstrating a notable shift in global diplomatic dynamics. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, comment, share, and subscribe to the New Africa channel.
Okay, so you got it straight from the New African channel. Now I've got some information for y'all. Think about it. Okay, China wants Africa. They go in there, they don't do any diplomatic anything. They just start stealing resources using the most barbaric means, the most harmful to the environment means to get those resources. Russia goes into Africa, starts diplomatic relationships. Okay, if we use our gray matter that the Lord gave us up here, you can say, okay, so there's one product, and you've got the Russians and the Chinese in the marketplace going for that one product. What do you think's going to happen? Come on, think about it. Think about it. America's getting pushed out. We're not going to be involved in this. Who's going to win the land grab for Africa? Is it going to be China or Russia? Okay, they're friends, right? Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, they're right. They're both competing over the last cookie in the cookie market. There's going to be a war. It's going to be between China and Russia. Think about it. Come on. Use the gray matter. Yeah, they hate us so much they're going to fight over the last piece of bread and not get in a fight over the last piece of bread. Okay, believe CNN. You're brainwashed. You can't be helped. Wake up. Look at the facts. China has not established one diplomatic relation in Africa. Russia has established 6, 7, 8, and moving more diplomatic relations. I think China might be working off what y'all people call charts. And yeah, that ain't going to work for them. Russia is working off this thing called geopolitical. Trump's charts, because has it been charted that Russia is going to reopen up their embassies after 30 years? Is that in the charts? No. Does that affect the economics of that? Oh, heck yes it does, in a manner that the charts won't show until they're past tense and made available for you. That means you're getting old news that's irrelevant. Go for it. Economies are crashing. Stick with the old news. Stay away from the new news. Lose your butt economically. It's that simple. Open up your eyes, wake up, see what's going on in the world, and you'll find out that China and Russia are competing for everything America's pulling out of. And, wow, hey, if you really think they're going to stay friendly while they're fighting over the resources of these new countries that are made available to them since America's pulled out, go buy yourself a lotto ticket. You're a winner, baby. Yeah, or whatever.